This is the Australian stock market closing report for Thursday, the 26th of May 2016. In overnight sessions, the US major averages were higher by 0.7% and the commodity index finished up 1.2%. The positive leads suggested a strong day for the ASX 200, however the heavyweight financial sector was a drag on the benchmark index. The ASX 200 closed higher by 0.3% or 15 points to 5,388. The daily trading range was 48 points with the high of the session at 5,402 and the low of the session at 5,354. Market breadth was relatively even with 98 advancing stocks versus 85 declining stocks and 17 stocks unchanged. With the US dollar softer and commodity-related benchmarks rallying overnight, this resulted in a very strong finish for the metals and mining sector, which closed higher by 2.26%. Perseus Mining led the components higher, 11.6%. Iluka Resources was up 7.9%, and the lithium and borax miner Orocobre was higher by 6.15%. The energy sector jumped 1.96%, with Whitehaven Coal up 9.3%, Santos was higher by 4.9%, and Worley Parsons was up 4.6%. The material sector was also a strong performer, closing higher 1.69%. Independence Group was up 5.4%, Western Areas was higher by 3.8%, and Syra Resources was up 3.7%. BHP Billiton jumped 51 cents or 2.7% to close at $19.41, and Rio Tinto was up 45 cents or 1% to $45.48. The financial sector moved in alignment with the overall market to close up 0.31%. CYBG dominated for the second day in a row, closing up 4.4%. Forex was up 2.2%, and QBE Insurance Group was higher by 2.15%. The big four banks were mixed, with ANZ closing higher 1% to $25.54. The Commonwealth Bank was up 0.26% to close at $78.59. National Australia Bank was down 0.44%, closing at $27.36, and Westpac was up 1% to close at $30.75. The consumer staples sector was slammed in today's trading, down 2.08%. Wesfarmers led the components lower by 3.6%. Asaleo Care was down 1.25%, and Woolworths closed out the session 1.2% lower. In economic news, official figures from the Australian Bureau of Statistics shows that business capital expenditure fell by 5.2% in the March quarter. Investment in buildings and structures fell 7.9%, and investment in equipment, plant and machinery fell 1% for the quarter, with business capital expenditure on a year-over-year basis falling 15.4%. In another report from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the data indicated that the value of funds under management in the Australian funds management industry decreased 21.8 billion or 1% in the 3 months to March 31. The main catalyst for the devaluation was a fall in the ASX 200 by 4%. The MSCI World Index excluding Australia fell 0.9%, and the Australian dollar moved higher 4.8%. The five most active stocks were Telstra Corporation with a volume of 22.75 million, South 32 with 17.67 million, Spotless with 17.11 million, Fortescue Metals with 15.27 million, and Scentre with a volume of 13.36 million shares changing hands. The five best performers were Programmed Maintenance, higher 17.65%, Whitehaven Coal up 9.3%, Iluka Resources higher by 7.9%, Select Harvests up 5.85%, and Independence Group up 5.4%. The five worst performers were Spotless down 9.9%, Ardent Leisure down 3.9%, Suncorp Group down 3.6%, Wesfarmers down 3.6%, and Seven West Media lower by 3.2%. The yield on the 10-year bond is currently trading at 2.290%. The Australian dollar is currently flat in the Asian session, trading at 72.00 US cents. Spot gold is higher by 0.4% to $1,229 US dollars, and crude oil is higher by 35 cents or 0.7% to $49.91. This has been the Australian stock market closing report for Thursday, the 26th of May 2016, and I've been your host, Aaron First. I'll see you again next time.